Blessed Sunday to you all, my sports to the bone people. Back at it again with another video. Thank you all for tuning in. Hope everybody is doing okay. Hope you're all having a fantastic Sunday evening. So we're going to be taking a look at Australia's playing 11. We're also going to be zooming in on the pitch report. Yes, there's a pitch report there. So we'll take a look at that. And I'm also going to be talking keys to victory. You know, prior to games, I like to come and say, you know, my keys to victory, what we need to do to win the game. So we'll talk about those. Just give a listening ear. You can let me know your thoughts in the comment section. If you haven't given your playing 11 just yet, you can do so, all right? Now, before we get down into business, my people, let me just put this out there. The plan is to do a live watch along, right? The plan is to do a live watch along tonight, but it all depends. My regular viewers and subscribers know how I go to work. So the wife is on call today. Hopefully she doesn't get the call, but if she gets a call to, you know, come into work or to go into work, then I'll only be able to watch the game, but not live stream at the same time. But if she doesn't get the call, then we will be able to do a live watch along for the entire game, right? If she gets the call, I have to stay and watch the young king while I watch the game. But if she doesn't get the call, she'll be able to keep the baby for the entirety of the game, right? So fingers crossed that the call doesn't come in, all right? All right, so let's get into it, my people. Just make sure that post notification bell is on. So if I go live without announcing it, you all can know, right? So Australia, this is their playing 11. Mitch Marsh, the captain, Jake Fraser McGurk, Josh Inglis, they have Cameron Green, Glenn Maxwell, Mitch Owen, Cooper Connolly, Ben Dowarshus, Sean Abbott, Nathan Ellis, and Adam Zampa. So they have quite a few young players there, not a lot of experience, but there are some talented players. Yes, they might not be very experienced at the international level, a few of them, but they have some first-class cricket under their belt. They have, they have franchise cricket, franchise T20 matches under their belt. So, you know, and as I said, they have Mitch Marsh, they have the guys like Cameron Green, Glenn Maxwell, you know, and Adam Zampa. All of these guys will be looking to lead from the front as the youngsters will look to fight for a spot in this team on a long-term basis. So that is the playing 11 that Australia sent out. We haven't heard our playing 11 just yet. So hopefully the playing 11 that we're going with will be able to conquer this 11 that Australia have here. So I am on a website here that I usually take a look at to see pitch report, and it's called One Cricket, right? So just looking at the pitch report, you know, they are saying Sabina Park, looking at the stats, right? If we were to look at the data here based on what they are saying on this website, you know, the team that usually bats first, well, there's the average score is 165, right? 165 batting first. That's the average score. Batting second, the average score is 149, right? Average run rate 8.10, right? So if we bat first, we should be looking to score above par, right? Which is 165 for that surface actually. Not saying that if you get 165 batting first or more, you are sure to win the game. It doesn't work like that. You know, we are just saying what has actually been produced over a period of time on this wicket. Now, we would have seen this in the recently concluded test. The pitch usually provides a lot of help to the seamers. That's the thing with Sabina Park. But if you are brave, if you are willing to take on especially the pacers, you can get something out of it as a batsman. But based on what they're seeing here, based on my personal experience of Sabina Park, the seamers will get something out of the wicket or out of the pitch, if you will. And the batsmen will also be able to get something out of it once they're able to execute their shots in time. You understand? The least little lapse in concentration and you can get out. That's the thing. The bowlers, they will get a good bounce. They will get, you know, all of that, the good seaming and thing. But if you are the batsman, once you're locked in, you can get something out of this pitch. So, you know, I agree with what they're saying here. in terms of the pitch. Really favoring seam bowling, but the batsmen can definitely get something out of this pitch also. There's a slight chance of rain. They say probably 35 to 40% chance of rain. So hopefully by we get closer, that will go away. But I always say it depends on what's happening when you go there to do the task. A pitch might you might expect this from the pitch, but I believe in what's happening at the time. That's how you decide if you are to bat first or bowl first. You understand? I understand the history of a ground, and the history might say if you bat first you win, but sometimes it depends on what's happening when you turn up there. So that is what they are saying there. Now, talking about batting or bowling first, these are my keys to victory. So as I said, as the captain, as the coach, you need to make sure you identify what is the best thing to do first. Whether to bat or bowl, you want to get every advantage possible. Every advantage possible. Now, something that they have been working on as a batting group is to try and make sure that they don't lose 3-4 wickets in the power play. Generally speaking, you do that and you're on your way to losing the game. Not all the time, but you lose 3-4 wickets in the power play. You understand, especially if you don't get a good 70 or 80 when you lose those 3 wickets, you're basically on your way to losing the game. So, we want to make sure that we come out of that power play, with, if we lose 1 wicket, at least 50 something on the board. That would be good. You understand? But losing quite a few wickets, it put way too much pressure on it's too pressuring for the middle to lower order. So, whoever the openers are, if they're going with Brandon King and Evan Lewis, they need to get as close as possible to the end of the power play, and then they can take it from there, right? The middle guys need to be careful. There's a leg spinner in the team, at least. Adam Zampa. I need to double check the other players, but he for sure, they will be looking to use him. This is where our left-handed batsman will come in. You understand? And it so happened that the left-handed batsman that I am expecting to bat early, which is Sheffield Rutherford, he has the ability to play spin, so I am hoping that he will step up. Shea Hope, he also, will do what he can, in terms of facing both spin and pace. So if he comes in at number 3, you would expect him to bat for a good bit at a time, right? We have enough power hitters at the back end, so we need these guys at the top to really set up the game. So if we're batting first, hopefully we can get upwards of 180, 185. Generally speaking, you need 190, 200 sometimes to win games, but taking into consideration the history of this ground and knowing that we are going up against a strong opposition, if we can get 185 batting first, we will take it and then work from there, right? If we're bowling first, obviously I don't want him to get that. You understand? I've always liked the idea of my bowlers getting them for 170, 175 thereabout. Obviously, if they get them for less, that would be good. But, I don't want to ask the bowlers for too much, like say, boy, get them for 130, get them for 140. If that happens, then that's good. But I think that a reasonable thing if we bowl first is to ask the bowlers to restrict them or to bowl them out for under 180. And then the batsmen need to do the work from there. It's T20. They are obviously ranked higher than us or above us. So, if we can get them for under that, then the batsmen would just have to look to try and perform just as how the bowlers would have performed to get them out for what they would probably consider to be below par, under par. So, yeah, those are the couple of things in terms of the fielding. You know how it goes. It's an old saying, catches win matches. Understand? If you get the run out chance, you can't run out the money if you don't put the ball in. We have a style when we're running in to attack the ball, we like to take a last look before we pick up the ball and the ball roll under we hand or under foot and everything. We have to make sure that we take all the opportunities. This is T20 cricket. You drop a man on 5 or 6, that man can go on to win the game. You understand? So we have to be careful in the field. The catching, the everything in terms of that. The setting of the field, Shea Hope needs to make sure that he's on par, with getting the setting of the field right. In terms of rotating the bowlers, I mean, he has a lot of experience. You know, he has captained for a while. Well, he has been captaining for a while at the ODI level. T20 is a bit different, but, you know, has the experience. He plays a lot of T20 cricket. Is a senior player right now. So, you know, hopefully he'll be able to rotate the bowlers properly, set the field. You understand? Not saying that how I am saying it should be done, that's going to be the right way. Whatever the right way is in that situation, you know, I'm hoping as the captain, you know, he'll be able to identify that and will be able to give us any sort of advantage without even bowling or batting, if you can do that, right? Any sort of advantage depending on decisions that are taken. So, yeah, and make sure that we keep them under pressure. You know, our bowlers in the power play, in the depth, we can't give her the game. We always have our bowlers trying to recover in the middle. You understand? Whoever is bowling in the power play, it's probably going to be the likes of Akil Hussain and, I don't know, probably somebody like a Russell, an experienced seamer. Whoever it is, you know, we have to make sure that we're not giving away, going at 10, 15 runs per over in the power play. That are, you know, that can't work. That definitely cannot work. So yeah. As I said, my people, make sure you're staying tuned to the channel. We will be live to do the live watch along once I am free. Big up.